Right, I've had a busy few days, so I'm going to run through where the transmission shift computer project is at right now. So this is my project to control a ZF 8-speed automotive automatic transmission using an Arduino. We've got a second Arduino here that's pretending to be a transmission, so it's receiving all the control signals and generating some fake signals based on that, but the meat of the work here is on the right-hand side, which is the computer and the control systems for it. So we're currently in drive, so we've got a little mode selection button here that cycles through park, reverse, neutral, drive, and sport. So just pop that back in drive now. We've got a throttle position sensor input, which is pretending to be something from like the ECU or manifold pressure or something, which basically sets your target RPM. So if you've got low throttle, it gives you a nice low cruise RPM target, and then as you open the throttle, the target RPM climbs all the way up to your red line. Both numbers are configurable, and that gives you, this basically drives the kickdown behavior. So as your target RPM changes, it tries to select the lowest gear that doesn't exceed that number. So if you're at low throttle, it gives you a low target RPM, tries to grab a very tall gear, 8th there, and as you increase the RPM, you increase the aggression, and it starts grabbing shorter gears. So we're now in 6th, because our target RPM's gone up to 4.5 grand. So what it's basically taking is the road speed, which is set by this little pot here. So you've got a road speed set at 3,600 prop shaft RPM, which on a normal tyre is probably about 70 mile an hour. And that's giving us 6th gear for all of the current conditions. So if we obviously change this, we get a different gear. We've also got sequential mode, which unlocks these two buttons here. So you've got a shift down and shift up. It's got a safety on this. If you try shifting down into a gear that would overspeed the engine, so we're currently in 3rd gear with a red line of 8 grand, but the current engine RPM at this road speed, which is still the same as it was earlier, about 70 mile an hour, is about 7,700 RPM, right? So shifting down would obviously overspeed the engine, so it won't let us do that. So I can shift up freely, and I can shift down all the way until we're about to overspeed the engine. If I drop the road speed some more, down to about 2,000 RPM, which is probably about 40 mile an hour, I should now get 2nd, but not 1st. Then if I drop it even more, I can now get 1st gear. So this is all nice, sensible stuff. And as we start bringing the road speed up here, it automatically shifts up for us, again, to avoid blowing the engine. We can now put it back in drive, and we're back to full automatic control, fully automatic gear selection. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty well here. Dylan's building up a test bench at the minute, so we're hoping to try this out on an actual transmission in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned.